A businessman and self-proclaimed gearhead from Blumenort is about to be inducted into the Manitoba Motorsports Hall of Fame. Len Penner, owner of Penner Performance, will be inducted during the World of Wheels show on Saturday.
There's the World of Wheels is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And on Saturday we got they're having the Manitoba Motorsport Hall of Fame awards, and we've been chosen to be part of it.
Now, this car that that you're sitting in front of here, I guess, is going to be part of that show?
That'll be part of the show. That's going to be on the floor in a certain division of drag racing where people come and take a look at it. We've been at it for many years, drag racing and fixing cars, and I guess this is a little bit of a reward for what comes after the hard work and time I put into fixing cars and racing cars.
So what is the award that you're going to be earning here?
Well, they call it the Manitoba Motorsport Hall of Fame. It's an award that you win for maybe the performance I had in drag racing, where I built cars and built motors and I raced the cars, and also it has to do with my daily life. It's all cars. It's being successful and fixing cars and racing them.
Tell us how you started.
How I started? I was very young. I was still going to grade school when I bought my first car. I was 14 years old. I bought a 1947 Mercury Coupe, and we took us 2 years to prep it and repair it. We did a custom body job on it and a new interior. We lowered the suspension, put a different motor in it. Took us 2 years to complete, and it was a very rewarding deal for a young boy to be able to do that in his young age.
Was that a racing car for you then?
No, that was a street car. It was a street car. At that time, it was a car. We all liked lowered cars. It was lower. It had fender skirts on it. Had side pipes on it. It had spotlights on it. We put a different grille in it. It was sort of a modified 47 Ford Coupe.
And from there, I guess your racing career took off and flourished. How did you get into racing?
Well, in 1964 or 63 in fall and 64. In 63, I started racing a dirt car. Dad had a shop. We had a shop in Blumenort, and there was 100 acres of land. We made it as a track behind the shop, and we dirt raced with the friends. We fixed up old hot rods and raced. That's how I started in the dirt track. And from there, I went to Salt Plains, raced a wee bit there, but there was too much banging there. I wanted to go back to build a drag race car, and that's how I started. I started with a 57 Ford, 1964. At that time it was Keystone Dragways, and from that a 57 Ford, and then from that I went to a 55 Chevy that I built as the 57 Ford was not a race car built as a race. It was a fast car, but it wasn't really a race car. It was my family car I raced. Then I decided it was so much fun I had to build a car, so we built a 55 Chevy in 1966, 67. And from that we raced that till about 73. Then we started building early. We started sort of in 71, I think we started building a 68 Camaro, and then started racing it a couple of years later, or a year later. And that's the car we're going to have at the World of Wheels today.
You've been around to a lot of different tracks. Where are some of the places you raced?
Well, we used to, out of town, we used to go to Brainerd, and then from Brainerd we went to Marion, South Dakota. We went to Kansas City, we went to Denver, Mile High, and then we also went to Indianapolis. There was a big drag race, a week-long drag race there. We went there a couple of times.
What would you say is a highlight over your years of racing, being on the track and working with cars? Anything that really stands out?
Well, we won the championship locally here for drag racing, and we've won numerous. One of the biggest races we won would be Saskatoon. We won a big. It was a 2-day meet sponsored by, I don't know if Labatt's or a big company like that, and we won at that event. That was one of the big wins for us. There's lots of highlights. There's numerous highlights. I used to go to Brainerd, and I won, and the points end of it I won in Brainerd too. Won some meets in Brainerd too. You know that. Anytime you win, it's a highlight. Anytime you do well, it's a highlight.
This induction into the Hall of Fame now, is this something you ever thought might happen?
No, I had until 3 years ago when I got a phone call telling me what was happening. I still didn't know what was happening because I didn't realize that I was inducted. I thought my name was put on a list, so I would have a chance to win someday. But eventually I found out I was chosen to be in the Manitoba Motorsport Hall of Fame.
And how does that feel?
It feels awesome. It's very gratifying. It's after it's after what I've done, and I've worked a lot of cars. And when this comes at the end of it, it's feels good. It's the sport has been real good to me. We did it with a family. I have a daughter and a son and a wife. It was a family affair. It was something that we did all together. It was great to us. This is not something that you have to do, but it's a sport that we love. And our language, our circle, we call it gearheads. I mean, we have a passion for cars and passion for racing. It never leaves. It's always there. It's something that when you're into this deep, we love cars. I have quite a few old cars that I want to retire. Try to retire this spring, and we're going to try and restore some of the old stuff we've got. That's a passion too. If you work on that, it doesn't feel like work. When you see the outcome when you're done, it's a gratifying deal.
Reporting for Steinbach Online, I'm Chris T. Tart.